Hi there. In this video, we are going to use the MetaCPAN API. My name is Gabor Szabó, and this is the, well, I can show it to you. This is the this is the Code Maven video series of the Perl Maven video series, if you like, because it's about Perl. And if you don't know, then MetaCPAN is the website. I'm going to click through there. Is where you can search for all the modules, all the third-party modules of Perl. And in another video I already showed a little bit about it, but the point is that here you can have an API. So it uses an API, it has a front end, for normal people just browsing, but you can also use its API, and then you can write your own scripts to interact with the database behind this. And it's really nice, and I would like to use it. So how can I use this? Obviously, there must be a module. I mean, I could read the documentation, but there must be a module for it. So MetaCPAN API, I type in, because that's what I'm looking for. It already offers me the name of the module. So I search for it, and this is the first one that I get, MetaCPAN API. I can already notice that it's deprecated, so okay, I don't know what's going to happen. Anyway, because I don't see anything that's it's more interesting at this point, I click through, and here I can see at the beginning the name and whatever. Synopsis is just an example, and if I scroll down a little bit, I can see here the explanation what it is, but that it was superseded by MetaCPAN client. So I can go click through this one, and now I get to the module that it's more up to date than the one that I should use. By the way, if I were just using Google for this, so if I were just saying MetaCPAN API, it would offer me exactly the same module. So I would get to the same thing, that first I get to the module that is called MetaCPAN API, and then I have to notice that it's already deprecated and there is a better version called MetaCPAN client. So let's try to use this, and here you have an example which is already using some caching system that I'm not interested at this point. I'm only interested in writing some really simple client. So I switch to the terminal, and here I just start writing a file. So I start with the regular use strict and use warnings, which I'm really used to. So now I put in the my minimum 510 in order to have the say keyword, even though I think if I put a higher version of Perl, I could do away with the use strict, because that would already be involved. But I sort of old school, and it also means that this can run on old scripts as well. So now I use, I could come here and copy paste. Well, it doesn't say actually that I have to use the module. Here it says use MetaCPAN client, so I do have to do this, MetaCPAN client. And obviously, in order for this to work, even this little string, you have to install it. Now there are all kind of ways to install this module, but if you already have cpan minus installed, then the best thing is just to type in cpan m MetaCPAN client, and it would install it. On my system, it already installed, because, well, I already tried this example. So back to this code. Now I can have the MetaCPAN client, and I switch back to the documentation that says I need to create a client, an instance of this client. So I copy this one, and then what I'm interested in really is. So it says author and distribution. That's none of them that I'm interested in really. What I'm interested in here, you can see this somewhere, recent. So I would like to, if you click here, you can see the recently uploaded modules and when were they uploaded. So I would like to get that one, and so I'm looking for recent here, because that's what I'm looking. It finds that the top, the link. And then I don't know, did it find anything else? Yeah, so recent. So there is also a function called, or method called recent, and it can tell me the 10 recently uploaded package. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just copying it, and I got back the 10 most recent modules. Now what it returns us an object of this type of MetaCPAN client result set, and the result set contains lots of releases. So each object, each upload here, each release here is represented by this kind of object, and the result set is going to contain 10 of them, the 10 most recent ones. So I can do what I can do here actually is recent. Okay, so the first thing that I do is just print out what is in recent. So I go back to it here and start running the program, and it tells us that really the object that's in there is a MetaCPAN client result set object. So going back here, I don't really know what to do with this, so I click through the name of the module, and it says that I can call the next method. So I don't see a good example of this here. Maybe earlier there was an example, I don't know. Next. No, I don't think I see an example, but I think I already played with this. So for my no, it's a while. It should be a while. While my whatever is item equals to the recent, from the recent fetch the next one, right? Because it's an iterator. So this would go over all of them, and then let's print each one of them. So what is in the item now? Okay, in this item, well, I don't know. I guess these are going to be, sorry. So I run this program now, Perl MetaPL, and you can see that the first one is the result set that I printed, and then I use the client. I get the client release, I guess 10 times. Different instances, different memory locations. So if we go back to the code, to the examples, then you will see that where is this recent explained? Recent, okay, so it's here. It says that these are the instances. So each instance is going to be a release, and that's what we got. Now, what can we get from these instances? I click through the documentation. So each of these objects will have attributes like status and name and date and so on. So let's look what can we do with this. I get back here and I'll just print out the name. So I don't need this one anymore. We already know this, and we don't print out the item, we just print out the name, and again we run the program. So behind the scenes, it's accessing the API of MetaCPAN, fetches the names and so on. So these are the names, and yes. So what it said here is that the release name something like Moose. But if you look at the results, so the results are not. Sorry, I don't find it. So the results that we had here are not like Moose. They contain both the name of the module and the version number. So that's probably not what you want. Probably what you want is the name without the version number. So I didn't know exactly what to do. You can scroll down. These are all the attributes, and as I was going down, I saw this one that there's a distribution. So I said none of the others make sense to be this value. So let's try the distribution. And so I went here and replaced the name with distribution. Distribution. Okay. And now if I run the code again, well, it's improved. It's a little bit strange, but this is actually what I want. Yeah, I see. So filter and the names. Strangely, there is exactly now there are these packages that apparently the package name already contains the name of the Elasticsearch version, I guess. But earlier we also had the release number of the Perl module, which we didn't care about at this point. So these are the actual package names or distribution names that we care. So this is our first, basically the first script, and then from here you can go on. Probably I'm going to file a bug report. Well, maybe you'll see in a separate video a bug report. So this recent, so the description of this, that the distribution, what is the distribution, and what is the name, that the name it seems to be incorrect here. That's not the name. So anyway, I hope that this video can help you get started with writing your own program, fetching data from MetaCPAN, and researching some information about the content of this, well, database in the end. So see you in the next video.